everybody, welcome back to the Noble Variety channel. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showcasing some of the new the next set of renovations that I made to this side of the Minecraft world. Now, if you're new to this world or you don't know, have never seen any of my videos before on Minecraft, make sure you check those out all throughout my channel. Now, we'll be going through the original, all these buildings and everything, and how they were created and all that. But right now, I'm continuing what is happening. So in the previous video, I went over this apartment building and all the renovations I made to it since the previous video before that, which none of the stuff was here. So if you're interested in finding out like what this chiller is and all this other stuff that I added, check out that video. But I've already gone over that. Or there's a couple different things I added. So in the video, I had the gas shut off curb box over here when the line comes into this gas meter. So basically the line was running the whole way around the building first before it came here, which was not the most practical. So what I did is I put it right here, right where it comes in. I also added vents for each of the shower fans. I'll probably be redoing those to make them look more like something like along the lines of a jukebox with an item frame, so something like that. This does kind of look like a window a little bit, but that's for later time. I also did the video, let me turn up the volume a little bit here so you can see here. I had thermostats and lock boxes on each floor, but probably I would just have one here, which would control all the hallways, and there would be thermostats in each apartment which would each control the temperature from this boiler. So if you're interested in finding about all this stuff, you have to check out the previous video of the apartment building. I'm just going over the stuff that I added after that video. So here I have switches that I added for all the main hallways and stuff. So this is switches not able to be accessed unless you have a key. So you just have a key and that would shut all these lights off. I also added a comm system, which usually happens in apartment buildings. So if somebody comes in and wants to visit an apartment, they would go through reception, and reception would call up to that apartment through one of these intercoms, which I have in each apartment, and then that would be, that person would hear, and then, oh, that's my uncle, or that's my mom or dad, or is coming to see me. So that's a system I put in. And then, like I said, I also added shower vents, shower fans in here, which were in here before, I think, but I also vented them outside, because usually you need to vent the air coming out of the shower, the steam coming out of the shower fan outside, so that it doesn't sweat or go up into and rot something out in the ceiling if there's any wood or something. But yeah, so I did do a couple things with that. In terms of here, I didn't change anything. So that's really the only stuff that I changed, really. I just added them switches and then the intercoms and all that. If you're interested in finding about anything else about this that you see that you like, the previous video is your bet, where I compare the apartment building from now and to how it was in my original tour video of it. So that's that. I also changed, I got rid of the manager, or the landlord. Usually the landlord isn't going to have an office in the apartment building, because then everybody just comes and complains to him, and it would be hard finding somebody for that job. So usually complaints go through a maintenance department, so I put the maintenance supervisor up here today. And that was originally Robert Fuller was the landlord, and now he's somewhere else where he was in other apartment buildings. But Al Sleekter is the maintenance supervisor. So that's that. Like I said, if you're into seeing any of this stuff, what these are, these registers, how all the mechanical stuff I put in the building, the previous video of recent renovations to the Epsburg world of the apartment building, you will see in me doing, that is what you need to check out. I also added stop signs at each opening. And beforehand, I had a white line that was dotted, a white broken line going down the road that indicated that it was a passing zone, which with all these residential areas coming branching off of the main road, that probably wouldn't be a good idea because you'd have a lot of people trying to pull out thinking they didn't see somebody. And so here you have somebody coming 40 miles an hour trying to pass people, and then people trying to leave these intersections. That's how we would have accidents. So I made it a non-passing zone with a solid yellow line. And I made the speed limit through the residential area, which was originally 15, which wouldn't be legal because if somebody was speeding on a 15 mile per hour, the law enforcement technically wouldn't be able to enforce that. So I switched it to 25 miles an hour, which is the usual residential speed limit. And then I switched this to 40 miles per hour on this main road. I put stop signs at all these intersections, obviously. So that's that. Now, on to the main part of this video, the house number 1 renovations. So I will be going through this house and showing you what it looked like previously in its original tour of the house. It looked a lot worse than it does now, and what it looks like now. So this is the suburbs, Epsburg suburbs. This street is named First Court. I don't have the signs up yet, but that'll take. So obviously then it was a lot different. I didn't have this transformer here, so basically this is a transformer that steps down the voltage from the main power lines coming in underground, and it steps it down to 240 volts, which is sent to the house to power the various appliances and anything that needs electrical power from the panel in the house. This is also a cable box that I added. So basically, cable comes in from the road or wherever it comes from, goes into here, and then gets distributed down the line to all the houses of that line. I put another cable box over here in house 9's yard, and then that comes down and distributes to all of these houses. I also added another transformer because usually transformers are like 4 houses that share that, so I would have another one here. Usually have them at every side street, but since there's only one street here with 9 houses, 2 transformers will suffice. So I have that there. So that's that. Upon looking at it, you could tell even in the video that the windows were different. So I did take the windows, as you can see here, and I moved them. I made them shorter because a lot of them were on the floor like this. Inside, so the window went the whole way from the ceiling to the floor. I did have to leave it like that on this floor, but on the other floors I was able to change it, because if I would switch it up here, the windows wouldn't look as even or as nice the way I wanted them. So this is how I like it. So I kept these ones on the floor, but I moved these up, so now these aren't directly going down to the floor from the ceiling. They're only 2 blocks tall, so I did switch those up. I also added a gas meter in the front, which reads the gas coming to the house. So for billing, a reader comes to each house from the gas company, and this is in real life too, obviously, and clips the meter, and then however much gas you use, billing is calculated, and then you get the bill in the mail, and you pay that. This is the gas car box where you could take this cap off and shut off gas to the house from the main line, and that's usually in the yard, or it could be buried under the driveway, but I chose not to bury all my gas car boxes under the driveway, so I put it here where it's going into the gas meter. So that's that. I also added a water curb box where the water lines come in. So you can do the same thing here, unscrew this, and shut the water off to the house. But you have to notify the water company or gas company that you are shutting it off first. If you're shutting your gas or your water off, you have to notify each of those respective companies. As you see in the video, when I run in, I had a double dark oak door set up here. Double dark oak doors would be difficult to kind of deadbolt and lock because they're like that. So instead, I just put one door in that matches this more with the birch door, and then it has a window and everything. It looks like a front door. I put that in instead and replaced that. I added a doorbell, and I added, and that was always there, the address sign. So I added a doorbell, and then, yeah, so that's that. So now we're gonna go inside, and you're gonna see what it looked like in the video. Now in the video, I'm rushing through these houses. I'm not really showing all the details because I'm trying to cram. In the video, there was only 6 of these houses here. These other 3 were here. I'm trying to cram them all into this video, so I'm just flying through all these houses. So it's kind of hard to see some stuff, but I did my best to take screenshots of what I have because I didn't really feel like taking multiple photos as I was renovating this place. So anyway, as you can see, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to show you the video. Go in, got a nice setup in here. Then obviously I rushed through there, but you can see, well, a couple differences. I switched the, I took these lights that were constantly on out and made them look like they were hooked to switches. I put a new oven in, one with multiple burners, and one with like the glass thing that you pull out, the door that opens up to the inside, and a microwave. I added some better cabinets with some drawers. I also added a switch for the grinder and the sink, a clock. This is the registers for cold and hot air from the furnace and AC unit, which I'll get into. This painting was always there, as you can see in the video. This is the doorbell calm button, or the doorbell calm. So when you ring this doorbell, the sound's going to come through here, and then this is where that all is, so you can hear it. The bathroom under the steps, obviously, as you saw in the video. I just peeked in and then darted back out, but it was rough in here, or not very nice looking. I readjusted the shower because it was up here, the whole thing. I added a shower head and a drain. I put a register in, a toilet flush handle. I added a seat for my toilet that's up. I also added 2 switches, one for the fan, and one for the lights. I actually might make these lights off so they're not constantly on, and it just looks like you control it with the switch. So like that. So that's the bathroom. This is the switch for these lights. Over here, we'll go over this first. So as you can see, when I peeked through the garage in there, you just saw that some logs here, garage, and there wasn't a whole lot of stuff in here. Well, now we have a lot of different things going on. So I kept some of this stuff. The workbench I kept. I put a light above the workbench with a switch. Put my electrical panel in for the breakers. That's that. This is what is known as a stack. So this is where the drain comes in from the bathroom on the 3rd floor. The drain comes down from the toilet. And then this also goes the whole way up to the roof. Up here, it curves down and then goes down to there. It gets air into the pipe, which helps it drain. And then I added a gas furnace, which obviously is responsible for heating the house. So here I have fresh air coming in, hot air going out, our emergency shutoff switch, filter, condensate line. I do not have condensate pumps on any of these furnaces. Because since this garage floor is pretty much flat, because you're not able to make sloped garage floors, I put drains right where the condensate line comes out, because usually what people have is a condensate pump where they have 2 drains like somewhere in their house, but it's not right where the furnace is, so they pump the condensate vapors, because this furnace makes water vapors and you have to get rid of that, or water vapor that condensates into liquid water. So you need to pump that out to a drain somewhere. Well, in this case, this floor isn't going to be flat, so there's no need to have a drain. because no water is going to flow towards it. So you're just going to put one right where the condensate line comes out of the furnace. I also have a gas line coming down here, which supplies the natural gas to the furnace. I also have a exhaust pipe, which is getting rid of the exhaust exhaust gas from the furnace, and the fresh air coming into. There's another fresh air pipe here brings fresh air into the furnace. So those both come out here. I actually might extend it a little bit, because usually when flue pipes come out, they stretch away from each other, so you're not sucking exhaust back through the system if they're close like they are here. So I'm not a fan of that, so we'll be adjusting it. So I'll adjust this later, but because we're not going to focus on that right now. But anyway, that's where those come out, and get rid of the exhaust and bring the fresh air in. And then I have a gas line that goes to the ceiling and comes out and goes out to the gas meter. I also have gas line that comes out to our hot water tank here, which is responsible for heating the water in the house. Gas line that comes in and goes into the gas valve. That's a warning for hot. This is the flue pipe, which is power vented outside, because since this is a tall house, you shouldn't take it up to the roof if you don't have to, because that's lost heat. So what I did is I brought the flue pipe up to the ceiling and coming out where this is known as a power vent, where the exhaust is dumped out into the outside. But less heat is lost because it goes straight out instead of straight up to the roof. So that is that. That's a hot water tank. I also added a water meter, which reads the water coming into the house where it can be billed for your water. And I added the garage door rails where the garage door comes up, and the lights that would come on when that happens. And then over here is the switch for the lights in the garage and the garage door opener. And that's the water line for the hot water tank. So a couple different things going on there. I think there's something else I wanted to go over. Outside, around the other side here, is an electric meter which goes straight into the panel, reads the electric coming to the house. And I also put my sewer clean out here, where you can take the cover off if you need to clean out the sewer, and the fresh air, where the sewer comes in, and that allows fresh air to go into the pipe to keep it from stinking and to help it from drain. Or not to keep it from stinking, that's what the P-trap is in the clean out. But we have fresh air, so it'll help it drain. So that's it. I also adjusted the doors originally. This door opened in, and that one opened in as well, which is not how that would function. You would pull this door open and push this one open. So I adjusted that. I also did that throughout the apartment building as well. All my doors were wonky the way they opened and closed. So also in the video you saw that this wasn't here. This is a laundry and dryer, washer and dryer. The dryer I added, and the reason it has to be at the bottom of the steps is because I didn't design this house for any of this stuff. So that's just the crude thing I have to do. But anyway, this is our dryer vent coming out, venting out flammable lint and exhaust and stuff like that, and that comes out of here. Might be fixing that to make it different to like how I wanted it before. So you can see kind of how I built this before. You can see right here how I put all these little things in like this. Anyway, that's a better vent cover with the exhaust coming out of there. So that's that. And then I also added the washer with the main water lines coming in, the hot and cold water line. Added some detergent bottles and a couple laundry baskets, and that's that. So that's pretty much the bottom floor, and then you can come out here to the backyard through this back doors here. So that's that. Now we're gonna go up the stairs. Nice, but I try my best. All closet or open. So now it's a little better, or a lot better. So here I have a 3-way switch circuit where I can turn this light on here and shut it off down here, or turn it on here and shut it off down here, up here. So that's that. I also added a switch here for a light I put outside to shine on the backyard right there. I had some candle decorations, kept this here, and I put some registers underneath it. Added something there. It's a little plant thing here. This whole ceiling's higher than this one, so I just had to make that blend in as best as I could by putting this stuff up here and just making it less bland looking. Switch for the fan out here, switch for the lights out here on the deck. In the video, I had a box TV sitting here. It looked like it was from like 1980. It was sitting on a piece of wood, and it was right here. You can see it. Now, why you would want to sit here in a little chair and watch your TV against the steps when you have a whole wall here, I don't know. I don't know why I would build it like that, but again, I didn't have a whole lot of skill with this stuff. I'm still learning. So I ripped that out, put a TV here with some cabinets and a clock, and a nice couch, and just a lot more cozy with that. Thermostat, some more seats, add a little shelf here. And another thing you didn't see in this video is this trapdoor ceiling. So basically, what I can do here is by putting trapdoors on the top floor, if I were to knock a block out and replace it with something to make it blend in with the surroundings, like for example, if I would lay carpet like I did up here, you can't set anything on carpet, because you can see if you try to, it floats up above, because this is bigger than one block by putting a piece of carpet down. So if I want to make this blend in where I put an item frame here, and you can't put carpet with an item frame, then I have to put a block of wool in here so it still looks like carpet. Well, if I would knock that block of floor out and put wool in, since it's a whole block, you would see it down here on the ceiling. So by putting trapdoors here, I can still do that, and you can not see it on the bottom floor, and it just works, and it makes everything look better. So I do have to often use the same trapdoor ceiling in most houses. It does go with the setting in most of my houses anyway, these dark oak trapdoors. So I don't mind that, but that just helps to keep the floors nice looking. In here I had a hall closet, not much change there. It kind of looks like a stick man, but I just figured it could be a good coat rack. In the bedroom there, you can see that not too much has changed, but I added a switch for the lights, register, and one of these compact space closets. So basically I used trapdoors, and I created a closet which gives you much more space and takes up much less space than if you were to put whole blocks here, because then when you walked in, you would be right smack up against the wall of the closet. Because if I put blocks, the block would be like right here, and the wall would be right in your face as you walk in. So this is a pretty nice expansive closet in here. So that's a little design there. And I put that in. And so that's basically this upper floor area. And then obviously, like I said, you can come out here to your deck seating area. And then we'll go out to the backyard last. That'll be the last thing we do. But anyway, let's go up the steps in the video. There. So it's nicely decorated up here. We have the closet. A lot different up here. I said it was nicely decorated in the video, but it really wasn't. So Just don't heed that. Here I added a switch, 3-way switch circuit here. Shut this light off down, turn it on down there, and shut it off up here, or vice versa. Add some decorations. I cut out this whole table seating thing that you saw I had sitting here. Put a desk here for work, office work, bill paying. I forgot to put a keyboard for this computer, which is kind of dysfunctional then. But so that's that. I put that there, and I put a printer and a copier or whatever that is there. And then that's where I had to add the wool to make it look like it blends in with the carpet, and had the trapdoor ceiling on the bottom floor. Okay, I kept this here, or it might not have been there, I don't know. Closet under the steps I kept. I added this just to split this up because this was here, and yeah, I'm not too sure what exactly happened there, but yeah, I divided this up because originally I had a fence around here as your railing, went the whole way around the steps, and I just divided it up with walls, so it looks a little better, like maybe put a little more time into it. 3-way switch circuit here for this light. You come up the steps. Up here, you got a bedroom there, and then you got the bathroom to meet with the other sewer line. So that is this floor. I also did the attic. I'll show you the video. So as you can see, this wall is blue because what I did is I made the wall for the bedroom too far out. It had to block out, so I had no room here since the stairs were here to make an exterior wall matching the surrounding walls of this area. So instead of thinking, I just kept it the way it was. I think I'm going to change this to like this. But anyway, that's how it was. So what I did is I cut this wall out here, which is originally the bedroom wall, and moved this whole bedroom wall back to here. Luckily, this window is, I still had a block where it wasn't covering the window. And then I moved it back, re-put the register in, put switches in, one for the light in the closet, and then add another register over there. I actually probably don't need 2 registers in here, so we'll get rid of that real quick. So it is constant maintenance here. You walk through, you notice something, you fix it. That's just how much work these are to make. So that I fixed, and then added a matching wall here, added the gray carpet, and then here is another thing that you do. You always want your rooms, the carpet going to the door to match the carpet of the area surrounding that, and then the carpet on the inside of that room going to the door to leave matches the carpet. You don't want gray carpet here for out here because you placed the door wrong, so you want to place it right on the border of the 2 different carpet blocks or 2 different floor blocks so that it looks right on each area. So that's another good house building tip. Here, I did keep the attic the same like it was in the video. Like you saw, this closet, it may, I can't remember if it was here. I think it was. But anyway, I put that, I added some different things here. I put a step up to here, switch for this, switch for something. That's a switch for up in the attic, I think. Then this bathroom, like you saw in the video. Whoa, I just peeked in it, and you were glad that I just peeked in the bathroom because I was glad I just peeked in there because I don't want you to really see what it looked like. It was rough. I had lights going the whole way up the ceiling and down. I had weird floor. I had no switches. I don't even know what was in here. I think it was just a powder room. But anyway, I put a bathtub in with a spigot. Put some black banners in with mirrors, black rim mirrors. I put a sink in with the spouts, register, added some towels, a toilet flush handle and the toilet. And then I pretended like there was a stack in there. So that's that black pipe that runs down to the basement. And the pipe that goes up to the roof. And then I added the 2 switches, one for the fan and one for the lights in here. This fan is also, since it is super close to the roof, it is vented up to the roof in a shower vent. So it kind of looks like a mailbox, but it, like I said, that's the best you can do with this game. Anyway, you saw me pop up into the attic.
In a little attic, there's no air access to it, but it's just supposed to look like it has a pull lever on it. You'd pull the steps down.
Wasn't a whole lot up here, but I added insulation and some other stuff, some Halloween things, the Halloween pumpkin, and yeah. But it's basically a pull. It's supposed to look like a pull down ladder, like you would pull a ladder down. So that's this. That's pretty much the inside of the house. A lot better than it was. As good as it can be with how it's made. But anyway, now we're gonna go out to the backyard.
Back area here. We've got our.
So as you can see in the video, obviously this light wasn't here. This is the vent for the shower fan in the basement that I showed you for the bathroom under the steps here. I'm probably gonna fix that. Like I said, I'm fixing all my fans. This was all my vents. These were the original vents that I came up with, but obviously I'm all constantly revising my ideas. So I'm just gonna fix that while I'm here. But it's just a lot of scrolling through the items that Minecraft has to offer and seeing what works best. Sometimes there may not be things that would work good. It would be nice to have other stuff that would work better, but that does not always work. And that does not always happen. So, yeah. So that's that. The pole was here, but I added a pole pump to circulate the water around. This is the air conditioner for the condenser unit. This is where the line set goes in and goes up to the furnace, into the furnace inside, and the disconnect box so you can disconnect power to it. This is obviously responsible for coaling the house. I added some seats here, and as you can see in the video, I had like a shed contraption here. I still kept that design. It could be a little better, but I put the propane grill in here. For some reason I knocked the arm off of it there. I put the propane grill in here, and storage and some seats. And then I already showed you that stuff there. And then that this netherite looks like a good tree. It's actually old ancient debris, obviously, from the nether, but it looks like a good tree. So put that there. That was always there since I built it, but anyway, that's that. So that is the house. A lot better than it was back in the day based on the things that you saw in the original video. And yeah, that's the house. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm currently renovating this house. I've pretty much finished the bottom floor, and I'm now moving up to the top floor. As you can see, I've added vents already and gas meters, but anyway, that's it for another video. And then I will just continue moving on down the line to renovate all these houses. I'll be renovating the bank and food bank. I'll be moving down to the Big C department store and the municipal building, and then the mayor's house. And then we'll be completing all that and then decide where I go from there. If we ever make it that far, there could always be hiccups, but yeah. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. So please like and subscribe, so it helps out the Baby Boy Variety channel, and stay tuned for our next upcoming videos.